biological warfare.
And we're in. Welcome back, everyone. I hope you all had a lovely break. I'm feeling refreshed. We've got ourselves some snacks, some drinks, and what's that?
I made popcorn.
Oh, yum! All right, now I'm
two
just
cats
jealous.
having baths in the background.
Oh yeah.
Hey, again, it's
It's
great
bath time.
content. We have content within content. It's fantastic. No, so as we mentioned, as we come back into the second half of the stream, it's time for our giveaway.
Let's do it. Our entries are closing. Last chances.
So, yeah,
last 5 or 10
balance,
seconds.
Please, if you're interested, throw it in. Get it in there. Make sure you're in the running. And this week we'll hopefully, or this month rather, we hopefully have a new winner that will allow someone else to walk away with this fantastic shirt from Aeoncraft.
So that's entries closing in 3, 2, 1. Entries are closed.
Oh, who's going to get it?
Oh, Jez, who's going to do it today?
Who's going to get it? Drum rolls.
Sorry for the awful audio.
Inflatable cat.
Inflatable cat!
You did it! You won it!
Inflatable!
Welcome.
Oh,
and
hell yeah.
Congratulations. A
Awesome.
well-deserved prize.
So we'll get in touch with you, Lady Cat, and get some details from you, and we'll get that shirt on its way.
Shirt. Excellent. With some happy news on the way. Thank you again, Aeoncraft, for allowing us to give that one away. And we'll jump into this session. So there was a bit of a request that we do a bit of a recap, just for the sake of we've had a few weeks away from the stream. So we have all these new characters and the names that we are currently busy scheming about. So as a quick recap, we're in the Feywild. And inside the Feywild, we're currently in Downfall, which is the little city that we found ourselves in. And that particular location is inside of Hither, which is part of Hither, and then Yon, which is the 3 sections of the Feywild. Now, inside of this space, the characters have met a number of people, most recently Clapperclaw, who is the only person inside of Hither that the players have met so far who can actually get them in between Hither and Tither. So Clapperclaw is very important and is being currently played by Dan. Give him a wave. So we also have met King Galop the 19th, who is the king of the Soggy Court, which is a part of Downfall and is the frog people inside of Downfall. And then we talked about Agden earlier, who is the leader of the group of Harrigan bandits who steal from pretty much all of the travelers and steal their possessions to give to Bavlorna. Now, Bavlorna is the witch. She is one of the coven that actually are currently overseeing the entirety of Prismia, or the Feywild. And they have trapped the previous Archfey, and it's thrown the Feywild into chaos. Bavlorna is in Hither, and each of her sisters are currently occupying Tither and Yon, respectively. So we have sort of these main cast and crew with us, and tonight the plan, as it was to launch the heads of the frogs to hit Agden's base, his hideout, the tribe rabbit leader, and Finri, Dan's original character for this particular part of the campaign, is currently trapped inside of Agden's prison as his prisoner after trying to assassinate him, and they just happen to be ex-lovers. Did I miss anything?
On the rulers of Hither, Tither, and Yon, Bavlorna, we know.
Bavlorna is the
Havlava.
sister.
Scamatha Nightshade,
Is the other one.
who created Clapperclaw. and
Yes.
Granny Nightshade.
Yes.
So they rule hither, tither, and yon.
Yes.
We came across a Fey Dragon, Sir Taliver,
We did.
who works for I Just Have Queen.
Yes. We have not seen mention of this queen as of yet.
Can we infer why Gollop had Taliver imprisoned and why his escape is a problem?
It did not seem. I think you would have inferred that King Golop was watching over not King, the knight, but it was on his watch that it disappeared. So you're not exactly sure what the connection is there, but there definitely seems to be something to do with Bavlorna in the mix as well. So whether he was Bavlorna's prisoner or King Golop's prisoner, you're not sure.
Okay. And Bloth, the Count of Bogbottom, and Duke Eikend are both, at this stage, minor name drops.
Correct. Just to flesh out the world so far. Obviously, we do have our potential uprising. The rebellion is alive, which we saw in your note. So depending on where you go, they could get a bit more of a spotlight.
And somewhere in the Feywild is a circle.
Yes. Well, we
The
know
next circle.
it's in the Yon, I believe.
Okay.
That was discovered by your historian
Yes.
inside of the library, which disappeared. So that hill is gone. Tell me, Hill.
Go on. All right.
Disappeared.
Awesome. Let's build
So-
a frog bolt.
So, hang on. We're going to. So the current plan, just to recap, is we're going to get kitted out. We're going to get kitted out in the garb of this kingdom before we go and back to
look at-
Agdon's lair.
I don't know about a garb, but a banner.
There was definitely something to be kitted out for your visit to Bavlorna. It's not battle attire to be taken to Agdon, that's for sure.
Okay. So we skipped that
Because
part.
again,
We get a
I don't
banner.
think Golop had any idea that you guys were going to try and take on Agdon and his crew.
That's fine. We get
The-
the
the-
heads.
the-
We run. We build some stuff.
Yeah. The plan is to get in and out of Agdon's fortress with no notice where possible. We're not taking on his entire army of bandits. We
No,
just want
that's
to
right.
get
That's
in
right.
and out. Yeah.
That's right. We just need to throw the heads somewhere away
As a
to have people go
distraction.
and have a look. Because
Yeah.
those things are going to be talking their ear off. Let's hope they don't say anything about us.
Dimension door into the tower.
With the little cow, Majig, separately. Poof. Cows with wings.
Cows with wings.
Oh, thanks again for the another gifted sub cat. Welcome to the
Thank you
subs.
very much.
Liafly. Leafly.
Deploy Trojan cow.
Deploy Trojan cow. Cow steals scarf. We go in at night while Agdon is sleeping. Dimension door fire.
Steals scarf or steals a portion of.
Portion of the scarf.
Whatever's
Not the
easiest.
entire scarf.
If it's sitting there and it's hanging on a hook, we'll grab it. If he's got it in his possession, we'll clip it.
Thanks, Kat. I will take that as a consolation prize for the chaos that I'm about to face.
At least it wasn't channel points this time, so we have some chance of success.
Yeah, but feel
Don't
free
tempt
to
her.
give
Don't
me
tempt her.
another big bonus. Agdon had a good first round. I think round 2 should also go in his favor.
Okay, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's get moving. Back to Agdon's.
All right, what am I doing?
Come with.
Am I getting? Okay.
If you can sense where your head is, that's helpful.
Can I sense where my head is, DM?
No,
Um,
at Agdon's.
You have a solid feeling that it's in Agdon's direction.
Yes.
Can you see through it?
Can I see through my head?
All you see is gourd insides.
What does that look like?
It was okay when it first was there, but it's starting to get a bit yuck on the inside.
Moldy?
You guys
getting
have
there.
noticed a bit of a stench.
But like the bonus point of you taking the head, right, is that we don't have to carry the head because it's your head. So you can just put it on your shoulders.
Yeah, exactly. As soon as I get the head back, it's like, oh, get rid of the gourd.
Oh, in and out, we're done.
Surely, like, is now bear with me. Is the gourd going to be a liability? Is Agden going to be like, fucking Clapperclaw, it was him all along?
Not if we throw it at someone and it explodes on them.
We can just burn it.
Fire, no, don't like fire.
No, once
We
it's
shouldn't
off
use
your
any
shoulders.
fire.
Once it's off your shoulders.
Better
Potentially.
idea, we stick it in Agden's bed so that when he goes to bed, there's just gourd.
That's what you get for messing with the family.
I like the randomness of that idea, Rafe.
Are you
So-
okay with making an enemy out of Agden?
Oh no, it's fine. Like, once we're in the next spot, I don't think he can get to the next spot, so I should be fine. And I'll have my head back, so everything will be coming up
Everything will
Clapperclaw.
be
So
looking up.
he tries to Clapperclaw tries to give us a thumbs up, but he can't because he's got claws. So
Right, so we are absolutely leaving the gourd in the bed.
Absolutely.
What could go
Clapperclaw sends
wrong?
his regards.
Question.
Do it.
Leave gourd in bed, question mark. Got it.
Everybody have extra characters ready for next week.
Do so.
I do.
Do so.
Okay.
How does this plan go south on us?
So I think we
Apart from so many different ways.
Find out.
do we just start heading back to Agdon's now?
No,
Oh
we
no,
have to
we gotta get kitted
Hey,
out. We
hey,
have to
quick-
get kitted out.
A quick correction. I was just trying to make sure. So you were mostly right, Mark, in your description of who rules each section. So we did have Pavlorna here, Pavlova, as she's lovingly referred to.
I'm
We
okay with
also had inside of Tether, we have Skabatha Nightshade, who is also known as Granny Nightshade.
Oh, they're the
So,
same person.
Two in the same.
Scab
Skabatha, S-K-A-B, Skabatha. And then lastly, we have Endelyn Moongrave.
Oh, that's a new one.
Endelyn Moongrave, who rules over Yon and is also known as Bitter End or Creeping Lynn and Dame of Unhappy Endings,
It's a lot of names.
which is something fun to look forward to.
Mm.
That's half the confusion.
But isn't
Everyone's
this
got
the
3
book of-
names.
Isn't this the Book of Unhappy Endings?
No, this is the Book of Bad Blood. Bavlorna's
Oh.
Book of Bad Blood specifically.
Do they all have a book?
We'll find out.
What else does Pavlona's Book of Bad Blood have written inside it other than
A
Gollop.
lot of the previous Gollops.
No, that's not really that hard. They're not really palatable.
No, and if I ever find any other mention of it in this adventure, I will let you know.
Cool.
I'm sure it'll come up when we actually talk to Bavlorna. It'll be fun.
Let's go get kitted up.
Sorry, DM, you've got probably 6 sessions to prep for that meeting.
Yeah, by the pace we're going, it's
Taking us
should be good laugh.
sweet ass
We're
time.
gonna be like a 3-year adventure. It'll be great.
Can't rush these things.
No, you can't. Absolutely not. Why would we?
Robin's just like, and now they're backtracking.
All right. Hit.
Let's go.
Let's move out. All right,
With a
awesome.
world-class plan.
So, you're all moving along towards the east. As you cross over the bridge, go past the court, you're heading towards the area mentioned earlier, which is this big building just below you all now. As you walk there, you do see a few other buildings sort of around you, which as you walk through, I'll give you a brief description of. So, in this section over here, this sort of concrete building, you see rising from the soggy earth is a sturdy wooden hut with an open doorway on one side of it. At the back of the hut are 2 holding cells. Thick mangrove roots serve as bars, with a small round door closing off each cell. The floor of one cell is covered with several inches of stinking water. The other cell holds a figure in rags slumped against the back wall. Otherwise, you also see in the other locations, what's that on D10? D10 is a big black balloon that floats over the lake, tugging on its moorings. Beneath it hangs a basket made of black wicker and wood, which serves as a merchant's stall. A large pane of grey glass is drawn closed across an opening above the counter. A sign mounted above the window reads, "Wondrous wares and fair fares." The balloon is not made of fabric, but rather appears to be a rolling, dark rain cloud that has been contained somehow within lines and netting.
Taking that for a ride.
I feel like the DM's just given us like 2 things that could very much derail our plans to get to.
I'm all about the derailment.
Let's get that balloon and take it back
something
to
needs.
And then lastly, the area that was actually encouraged for you all to go to is the Sinking Palace. A ramshackle hall is built around a big tree. 2 of the tree's limbs reach out through the walls like enormous welcoming arms. The interior of the hall is roomy, with an open floor plan that allows occupants of the upper story to look out over the lower one. Woolly-wug courtiers crowd into the space, filling it with their guttural croaks. Their clothes are faded and stained with mud.
And we were encouraged that way.
That is where you will be kitted out.
I see.
Would there be some kind of surmising to be done that the populace being faded with mud, like their clothes being faded, might mean that economically these people might not be doing as well as their ruler would like?
They do live in a swamp.
Yeah, but
Did we ever look at Shrek and we're like, that's a man who's into some real wealth?
You got
This
there
isn't
in the
really
end.
like prime real estate, you know. Nobody's paying him.
He wasn't king of the swamp.
He really was. You take that back.
They
He
may
married a
be.
princess. They had children. He was as much a king of the swamp as any ever will be.
It may be high quality mud.
I think more what my brain is trying to figure out is these guys are trying to, like, there's a resistance, right? And they're trying to have an insurrection and a revolution. Over what? Like, his inept ruling? Maybe not, because, like, he only rules for, like, 5 minutes before he gets deposed by someone else.
I think the theme is that what they literally only plan the coups and revolutions because they can. They have nothing else to do, and they want to be in power. And that is why there is, like, 18 galoops previous.
It strikes me as Game of Thrones, but in the swamp.
I may not have read it, but I actually see no information that would lead me to believe that there's anything that is going on that is directly because of Gollywop's ruling. Most of the bad stuff is because Bevlorna exists nearby. Like, the kings being killed one after the other seems like the whims of a court that's bored.
It's literally someone read Game of Thrones and was like, "Hey, let's do that," but like, and then like,
Sorry, Game of
condensed it
Toads. Thank you.
into- Game of Toads. There we go.
They don't like to be called that. Just warning you.
Alright, okay. So the frogs are just shit frog people.
Exactly. Well, yeah.
Okay, alright. So I will not think about that in any more detail than a surface level appraisal of it's a shit monarchy system and the people are unhappy constantly because they just hate their lives in a poor.
They need democracy. No.
Hey, but if you do find out about the revolution, maybe that's where you'll find the resistance and why they need to be overthrown.
I don't think I really care.
Yeah, which is something fun.
Frog people with frog problems, like they can frog it out in the
It's
form.
it strikes me as there's a resistance, and then you'd put someone else in power, and then there'd be some other resistance, and just backstabbing sons of bitches.
But you got to
It
admit,
sounds
going
like
up to 20th would be a nice round number.
It would. It really does sound like it's a Terry Pratchett novel.
Yeah, but then you just go for the quarter century,
I mean,
and then
If
before
the cows
long,
were on the throne.
you're
If the
in your
cows were
40s, you're over
thrown.
the hill, and then 50 is the next milestone. So
Yes, they're chasing a sense of happiness that will never be fulfilled. All right, so about this kid out that we're
oh,
getting.
hang on. I missed one zone, which I think is very important. Just to the side of this particular palace is an area known as the Proving Grounds. A mangrove tree stands in the middle of a patch of heavily churned mud where rustling and rotting bits of armor and weapons are scattered. 2 lengths of chains are anchored to opposite sides of the tree trunk, each with an iron shackle in its end. Justice in the Sunky Court is carried out using trials by combat. Prisoners fight for their freedom, as do those who want to challenge the monarch for the right to rule. And Clabberclaw, you would know this.
Was that this tree here?
I'll quickly ping it. It is this space here, just like generally like this
Oh, okay.
area next to it. So this is prison, this is merchant, this is the palace, and then the Proving Grounds are kind of just nearby.
Got it.
the fact that you can challenge the monarch for the right to rule, even just reinforces that one misstep in a combat situation, and you're the new king.
Yeah, nobody wants that by the sounds of things. It seems like the most dangerous position in the whole court.
Right.
I mean,
Let's do this, cows. Let's
Am
our
I a
kid
cow
in.
too?
Merchant, prisoner, kid out.
Or am I an honorary cow?
Honorary cow there, Clapperclaw.
Woo-wee!
Let's see if you can prove your cowness. Okay.
It's absolutely worth hitting up this merchant now, just because our fabulous plan has a reasonable chance of going to shit on us, and some healing potions might be.
That's a brilliant idea there, Rafe. I'm fully on board. Let's go check that out.
I don't have any money, but okay.
On the
I
way.
don't think I have any money either.
I was going to say you're expendable, but at the same time, you're the one who can get us between realms.
Yep. You need me, bitch. I keep walking.
Alright, so we check out the prison on the way. On the way to the creepy electric cloud.
Yeah, what's our order of operations? Are we doing prison, then the merchant?
Yeah, let's
Excellent.
find out what he's in for.
Brilliant.
Just while we're walking, I just quietly say to Rafe, hang on, do we know that there's proving grounds there? Is that something that Clapperclaw would have told us?
Oh yeah, that's the Proving Grounds.
Oh, great. So, okay, Rafe, so does that mean then that we could become kings of this realm simply by challenging Gullop the 19th to a duel?
That being said, we did swear fealty.
There is a revolution afoot, Warbert.
Yes, but we need a clean resume.
All right.
One that
just a
says we
thought, just a
don't-
thought.
We don't kill our captors, and frankly, who wants to reign over this shithole?
Hey,
I'd
it's
rather
just
walk
a-
away with 1,000 gold pieces.
Just a thought, Baron.
Plus 15%.
Plus 50.
Which
is-
here, Adam. You've walked into the best plan of the entire Raging Roll's career.
As we walk past what appears to be a prison,
Yes.
Rafe will sort of let his scimitar. Scimitar?
Scimitar.
No, that's not what I'm carrying. But it'll sort of hit all the bars along the way.
You hitting the bars on the cell.
It is a scimitar. Yes. I'd like to rattle the cage a little bit and see if I can get a rise out of the body slumped within.
You do get a bit of a stirring, more of a cower, as you see a face rise up, a bullywug face staring back at you, wearing semblances of what sort of armor would be tied to. So they look like an unarmed knight of some description.
Psst. What'd you do? How'd you get in here?
She looks around a little bit, and she looks over for anybody else that is looking to sort of see if anybody is going to come and sort of cause trouble for her. And she looks at you and she says, "I've got no regrets."
That's not what he asked.
Yeah, neither have I.
I helped that knight escape. He was really not. He was not supposed to be there, and I had to get him out. I'll happily die for that, but if that's be so.
So Taliver?
Indeed, I lost my title, and I refused to bow to King Gullop the 19th, or renounce my friend, my companion Woolywog. And we both conspired and helped him escape and try and get out of Bavlorna's clutches.
Sorry, is this a bullywog or is this a person?
Bullywog.
Bullywog.
The
Ribbit.
bullywog. How...
And you had a companion?
I did Wigglewog.
Wigglewog?
Yes, my friend Wigglewog.
Is that a name we've heard dropped already?
I don't think so.
is Wigglewog a frog?
Wigglewog was a frog, but Wigglewog is now buried in the bog.
Oh.
Alright, I'm just gonna write dead.
What's your name?
My name is Morgort. Ribbit.
Is that 1B or 2?
That's actually 3 B's. I've put it in the chat. It's got no B's whatsoever.
You said ribbit.
Hey, I spelt it right.
How did they capture you?
I couldn't get away. They knew I was coming. I basically had a choice. Either I could run or I could help. And I decided that, be damned, I'll not be one who chooses cowardice over doing what's right.
So was there more than one of you that set him free?
Me and my friend Wigglewog.
Oh yeah, Wigglewog died, and how
Very-
did they know you were coming to do it? Were they like keeping guard, or did someone tattle? Or...
They were keeping guard, and unfortunately they saw us, and it was that, you know, us Bullywog are not quick to forgive. It's more of a decapitate and replace sort of situation.
Then why aren't you decapitated?
You are not very familiar with our ways, are you?
I'm a rabbit, so no.
I'll be next in the trial by combat if I'm not mistaken.
Against?
I'm not sure.
Huh.
Somebody that they'll fight me against to try my freedom.
Can you challenge Gullop?
I'm not sure if they'll let me, but it's definitely what I'm going to try.
Well, I don't know. So, what I've been told before I became like this is if you're fighting someone that's bigger than you, kick him in the nuts. I don't know if bullywogs have nuts, but
They're
kick 'em in the
mostly
nuts.
internalized.
Well, if a hard enough kick though.
I mean, if I could do a hard enough kick in probably anywhere, I could do some damage.
I'm not saying that this is something that you should use any time, but you know, some people like to take stones and throw them. They say not to throw them in glass houses, as the whole house might come down.
But I'm gonna reach down. I'm gonna pick up some stones. I'm gonna cast the magic stone spell that I have on them, and I'm just gonna go. Some people like to throw stones, and I just sort of like toss them on the ground near her.
Might be useful sometime, I don't know.
I see what
I'm not saying you should use them, I'm just saying they're there and they're good for throwing at things.
I see what Warbit did, and I'll toss my stone into the mix.
Ooh. Thank you very much. I really appreciate that.
And while they're doing that, I quickly put together some stupid little music box, and I put it down and say, and just in case you get bored, you can just have some tunes.
I appreciate that. Can I
Does
ask?
it explode? Does it?
I
No,
whisper, you're
just
not
plays
very
music.
good at reading between the lines, are you, friend?
You guys are giving rocks. At least this is useful.
Can I ask one more favor of an old knight?
Sure.
If you think perhaps I was in the right of it, do not let me go down in a fight without at least somebody watching, cheering me on.
I think.
We're here now, sir.
When do you fight?
I don't know, but rumblings are the god said that I won't see the end of today. So, if that's any inclination.
God damn it! Had to ask the prisoner, didn't we? We had to stop.
Okay, alright, hey, no, okay. Guys, I can trust you, right?
What are you thinking, Clapperclaw?
I could stay. And you guys do the thing, and then you
Possible,
meet me
but
back here.
it depends if you can locate your own noggin or not.
I got a better idea. It's going to involve Dimension Door.
I'm listening.
Bamf, bamf. It may also involve wearing a frog head while you're doing it.
All right. Yeah, I mean, like, I'll try anything once.
I only take a little bit of sympathy because Morgott, we came across Sir Talibar, and he was in a spot of bother. Did you release him on a balloon?
Indeed.
Yeah, it had crashed.
Did I have to
He
tell you I love balloons? I'm actually a bit of a pilot myself.
Interesting.
Handy to know.
But
Have
yes,
you got any balloons for traveling in larger parties?
If
How
we could
large? Right
find
now,
them.
you seem to be sort of at a quantum level of both 4 and 8 people at the same time. Sort of, if I could do 8 is probably a bit much.
Okay, no. This might be also how we get close to Agden.
What's that, Brave?
I don't like
Balloons.
Agden personally, so.
Oh, okay. Yeah, let's name drop him as well while we're at it. Balloon in close to. Drop frog heads over the side.
Then we don't have to build a catapult. Like, that's a massive plus.
Yeah.
And then, we drop down from the sky on them, or we just stay up out of their reach in the balloon, and then.
Bamf.
But there's 2 things that we need to do whilst we're in there.
But that doesn't matter where we are. At least for my part. I'm not sure about this teleportation thing. Well, it matters we need to be in the vicinity. I need to get my creation inside
Right.
wherever this
Okay.
thing is.
And can you see through the thing that you make?
I don't think so, but I can tell it what to do.
Okay. So then if anything goes wrong, the signal will then be us screaming, saying, "Oh shit, it's gone wrong, it's gone wrong,
Yes.
send help."
That's right. Send help. That's right.
Okay.
So prisoner, if
It's a fair signal,
someone-
Robin.
sorry, prisoner, just Sir Knight. If someone had died in the last 24 hours, where would their corpse be?
Where did they die?
Just around here.
Like
Do they
in the
just-
town?
Yeah.
I mean, usually they're just sort of left to float down into the swampland.
And where would their entry point be?
They look around and towards like the waterway, where you guys saw the stones, and was like over there. They throw them over past where our drinking water is.
Can I roll a quick perception check and see if I see any corpses?
Dead bodies.
Yeah.
You can go ahead. See if one is around.
Well, there's the big skeleton that's been following us.
Yeah, it's only that one. That's a dead body that you guys caused.
Oh yeah, we've just got like this dead mer thing.
Oh,
Unfortunately,
Hey, that's an awesome distraction as well.
even with the 20, the only thing nearby that seems to be of dead bodies things is the just the evidence of bodies that were around inside the proving grounds, the discarded sections of armor.
Is there any like pools of blood or anything?
There's some blood like that's dried and like sort of mixed in with the mud. It's like a kind of a weird reddy brown now.
How recently did they kill Wigglewog?
Is that a question you're asking?
Yeah.
I've been here for what I can only assume is between 6 and 10 hours. And before that, it was quite a time. I'd say, actually, they'd probably be here a couple of days. This would be like my second day in here. It would be at least 2 since they killed Wigglewog.
I mean, we don't know Wigglewog, but we do have a companion who can Jaeger a corpse around. Let's not.
Jaeger corpses. Look at my Naga that is now following us around.
I don't think we want to be just reanimating any old person out of the dead.
No, look at my scary skeleton man who can sort of serpentine its way into danger. I am a fearsome warrior.
Yes, we get it. But we don't want to just reanimate a random bullywog, right? What use is that besides just creeping the hell out of people?
Distraction.
Anubis's will be done.
That's right. You
It's
keep
like he's still here.
you keep Jaegering your dead merman thing. That's the distraction we need.
That is a good
The
distraction.
merman just rattles in reply.
See, it agrees.
So let's do it then. Whatever you have in mind, Rafe, let's just do it.
If we can not bust you out, but if we can get you out of your fight, can you help us and in some favor?
I can offer you this. Whether you get me out now, whether you get me out in the fight, whatever balloon we have access to will not legally belong to us either way. The best bet we have is to try and steal the balloon that's currently being repaired. The merchants, they've never done me any harm, but they do have their balloon as well. Those are our 2 options as it stands, and I'd rather fuck over King Gollywop than those merchants. But if you can get me onto that vessel, I can steer it for you.
All right.
I've got a
Hey,
pretty
let's do
good
it.
distraction, but I need some blood of something that's died in the last 24 hours.
We have a skeleton thing right here. It's got any flesh on it?
It is a bit sloughing off at the moment. It is decaying slightly. It's a fairly recent corpse, given that it was only killed like 30 minutes ago.
You
Perhaps
could ask.
more than that,
You
though,
could
but-
also just ask Harm. I think like the rules don't necessarily apply to him. It's just he is a walking corpse. He's in a constant state of quantum physics. He's dying and he's not dying.
Anubis simply
but it has
takes
to
from me
be
what
dead.
he wants.
Yes.
Buddy, from the corpse of your friend here, do you think you could milk me a vial of blood somehow?
He
Just need to like squeeze a little bit out, like juice.
You-
It'll be fine.
Yeah,
the
he has to milk the bone.
yeah he
You can
says,
milk anything if you squeeze hard enough.
He says 1 second. He pulls off his glove to like show some of that skeletal hand, and he says, "Do you have the vial?"
Yes.
He hands the other vial, and his skeletal hand, you see him just like run it down the body, like, and with like drawing it out with a skeleton hand, you see sort of some blood begin to pool along the creature's arm as it drips off of its fingers right into the vial that you've bestowed. And he passes it back to you, shakes off some of the blood, and then puts his glove back on.
That's so fucking disturbing, man.
Yeah.
Much obliged.
If I wasn't a scarecrow, I'd be really scared right now.
Warbit's not bothered at all.
Anubis
Alright.
is not into pettiness, but will serve us to serve his will.
Holy
Alright,
crap,
so
you're so fucking edgy.
I hold the vial of blood and I go, I have a distraction.
What do you mean, Wobbin?
So I have some magical tricks and things, and I can summon something that might just wreak a little bit of havoc, and the frogs, I guarantee, will be paying much more attention to that than us.
All right, so 3, 2, 1, go.
No, I need the rest of the plan. Give it to me.
But I keep remembering that Clapperclaw isn't Finry and doesn't just go 1, 2, 3, go. It's calm down, stop. All right. Well, do we want to do it now? Like, do you need to like be in a specific location?
No, but I think we need to scout a few things out first.
Like what?
Oh yeah.
Just keeping our options open.
Well, so
Not every side quest needs to be ticked off.
So,
No,
Thank
but
you,
I kind
Waldo.
of feel that we can multi-tick, so we can
Yeah.
take
Yeah, so we can break this frog knight out of jail, get it to pilot the balloon, take the balloon to go on the adventure to get the scarf.
Drop,
Well-
airdrop.
No,
The-
meanwhile, get the.
Yeah.
Okay, all right. So
So-
break her out, get the balloon, get the heads, go sail over
Wait.
Bunny's sex kingdom, drop the heads.
Drop the merman.
so is the balloon in the repair shop that we passed, that the party passed?
Yeah.
So
I think we asked
so-
if it was airworthy.
You
And I-
did.
I
We
don't think
didn't
it's
know.
in a good state.
It's not a good needs
Hang
repairs.
on,
It
I
would not
will.
fly
I
well.
will double check just because I want to. So it's a literature frog. The vehicle is operational, albeit damaged. The balloon itself has 10 hit points remaining, and then in the midst of repairing it.
Oh, well, that's okay. Like,
Yeah.
that's fine.
So if we free the knight, and literally as we go past, like back to where the repair shop is, that we pass where the frog heads are. So we grab the frog heads, put them in a bag, get into the repair shop, get the balloon, and set
Can we
sail.
take one of the repairers with us?
I
Well-
think they're aligned to the king.
But we are aligned to the king.
I'm
We're
pretty
not
sure.
doing anything against the king. We're doing what
Just
he
freeing
asked us
his
to do in a really
captive.
roundabout
Yeah,
way.
I feel
I'm
Almost
releasing
doing
doing
it.
exactly what he
Killing
wants us to
Babyloners,
do.
Pretty
fucking
sure-
balloon.
Requisitioning, it's fine.
Rafe, I
Yeah.
think that the swords at your hips, they can be pretty persuasive.
So can
Just the hips.
riding shotgun as a dead merman.
Them
We
hips don't
don't have
lie.
We don't have to take the airship. If we free Morgoth, send him with heads and dead merman. Sort of
Why?
why? Shits and giggles. But also, we're going to make sure he does his part in the airdropping frogs' heads over the side. There's our airborne distraction.
But nuking Morgort, like having Morgort nuke people from above.
Is he going to put himself in that much direct?
And that's for
Danger?
her. Morgort is a female now.
Is she going to put herself in that much direct danger?
With a dead merman acting as persuasion.
Were you saying put them in a balloon and send them across to drop heads on Agdon's domain? All they might do is knock out this rickety old balloon from the sky and they're toast.
I think you adults are all overthinking this a lot.
I think just catapult the heads into their fucking backyard and go raid their shit.
What if we set fire to the balloon?
No fire.
No, Clapperclaw, you wouldn't be in there, but the balloon is going to get just gone. Finished.
I'm just generally adverse and against fire in all of its forms.
It's really unfortunate. A lot of my spells are fire-based.
Cool, so I'll stay away from you.
Yeah, good.
And Clapperclaw takes a step back.
Let's go throw some heads, steal some shit. It's time
Okay.
to.
I'm just
We're
trying to
staying the
think
night?
through how Morgoth is useful to us.
We'll come back. We'll come back to Morgoth.
I promise, like, I could take the balloon, I could fly it, and, like, what if you need to get away and you can't teleport? Surely you need a manual
Well,
way
I
to get
can.
away.
Great idea. Let's bring her
Ooh,
down.
hey,
to the
hey,
getaway
What happens?
ship.
What happens if this Clapperclaw? Have you heard? You clearly know a lot about these proving grounds.
Yes.
Is magic allowed?
If I remember correctly, DM is magic allowed.
I mean, I don't think the frogs do magic for the most part.
Well, I don't think the frogs do magic for the most part.
Okay. Just
So
making
they
sure
wouldn't
that
know.
we're not going to attempt a dimension door or something. And
Why?
Do you think this will be a fair trial at any rate? Like, just why bother going through the trial at all? Just let me.
Let's just
fly
get
you
her.
out.
Let's just get her out
What
of here.
kind of knight are you?
I'm a knight that
this is-
believes that the only way to truly win is to now side with the opposition of King Develop the
I
Knight.
suppose we could just
Power in
dimension,
yourself.
What's the
dimension
lock?
door in and out of the cell, right?
We just pick the lock. It can't be
No.
that hard. And I just start going to pick the lock.
Is
Yeah.
anyone watching?
What is the cell made out of?
Make a perception
Mangroves.
check.
Just burn the bitch.
No fire.
He's getting grumpy.
You're rumpy. It
Hey,
is a soggy earth hut made of sturdy wood. The thick mangrove roots serve as bars.
Yeah, we can just cut that open.
Is anyone watching?
Make a perception check.
Hey, Warbit. Time for
Yeah.
a distraction.
Oh, now? Okay.
Oh,
I'm gonna
no.
cast.
Yes! Yes!
I'm gonna cast.
You do not see the two guards that are approaching.
Yeah, I summon Greater Demon out yonder.
Shit.
Right out yonder, where are you summoning Greater Demon?
In a distance that will definitely distract those guards coming at us.
No, but where? Because it will also distract the entire populace.
Well, that sounds like a them problem, really.
Yeah, no, I think it's agree. But can you just sort of, for my benefit, can you just point on the map where you would summon a Greater Demon?
Where are we?
Sort of,
We're
you guys
like
kind of
here.
like up here right now at the cell, on the top
Uh,
right.
I mean, like, far enough away for it to be, like, I don't know where we are, because I was on my
You're
character
over
sheet, but-
here, the cells.
Ugh.
Okay, so far enough away for it to be not my immediate problem, and that I can get away.
Just
Okay,
right on top of
sorry,
the king.
sorry,
On
sorry.
top of the
Is
king.
is this a Greater Demon that you have no control over?
Not necessarily.
Please explain.
Alright, so. You utter foul words, summoning one demon from the chaos of the abyss. you choose the demon's type, which must be one of challenge rating 5 or lower, such as a shadow demon or a Balgora. So I'll go shadow demon. Why not? The demon appears in an unoccupied space you can see within range, and the demon disappears when it drops to 0 hit points or the spell ends. So it has its own turns on its initiative, and I can issue a verbal command each turn, requiring no action from me, telling it what it must do on its next turn. If I don't issue it a command, it just attacks whatever's nearest in reach. At the end of each turn, it must make a charisma saving throw. That demon has disadvantage on the saving throw if I say its true name. On a failed save, the demon continues to obey me. On a successful save, the control ends for the rest of the duration, and the demon spends its turn pursuing and attacking the nearest non-demons to the best of its ability.
Nice. So
So we don't want to summon it anywhere near us.
and that was a shadow demon, right?
Oh, yeah, sure, why not?
Cool. A CR4 shadow demon. Awesome. So I've put it up here. How far can you summon it from you?
Visual range.
Visual range. Cool.
Yeah.
Well,
Oh god.
it's there right now. I would say you probably don't have much wider than like up there that you can really summon it from where you are.
Okay.
But like it depends on where you want to put it. If you want to put it up like far away, or if you want to put it closer towards the other bullywugs, like what's your positioning?
Probably not super super close to the other bullywugs, but enough for it to be like a really big distraction, but give us the ability to do what we need and fuck off.
All right, is that sort of a good position? Like where are we thinking?
Yeah, that probably is fine.
Excellent. You guys all just hear a terrifying noise, like as a demonic portal summons and opens up to produce this shadow demon. You then hear the two guards, definitely distracted, looking up. You hear one go, "Ribbit! What the hell is that?" And you then begin to hear some terrified screams as King Galop the 19 goes, "Get them away from me!"
All right, let's go.
I start soaring at the bars with my claws, trying to.
I'm like, clip them. Just
Make an attack roll.
I don't have an attack roll with my claws. I don't have any attacks. This character has no attacks.
He is so small and such a child. He is so weak. He cannot even pinch bars.
He just make people scared of him. That's all he can do.
He can't scare the roots away. It's a
Wait,
flaw.
I do have. I can do
Hector.
claws. I can do
Hector.
claws. Hang on.
Okay, do a claw.
D20 plus 5. Roll. Go. 13.
I mean, it's a stationary object. You nip it. Go. Get some damage in there.
Why is no one else
Plus
helping?
2.
Let's get this open.
The Clapper Claw hits it with a beautiful 4 points.
6.
slicing damage.
6. I get a plus 2 to that.
Snip. Anybody else? We're running. We're burning daylight. The demon is approaching.
Hector charges in there with his little dagger and starts trying to saw the mangroves of prey.
Hell yeah.
I thought you were lockpicking it.
Whatever,
We're
look, picking
hacking
dagger.
now.
Just having a demon popped
Chop,
up,
chop,
he's lost
chop.
all kind of care on finesse. That's a whopping 10.
Shit,
Yes.
you managed to snip it. It's not dodging very well.
Oh, here's a door.
Rafe! The swords, Rafe!
That's a 4. Come on, the door.
Please, quickly.
I am going to use a hammer and a. Is there a lock?
Yes.
There is?
Yes.
It's a
Okay,
vine.
I'm going to use a hammer and a piton and basically just smash the lock open that way.
Excellent. Make an attack
Brute
roll.
force
Let's
it.
go.
Can't believe the big bad of this episode is a door.
Always a door.
Be a 13 plus.
Hits. Go ahead and make the attack roll. The damage, Robbie.
I have no idea what damage to be rolling. To be
Excellent.
honest.
It's a wooden bracing for this lock. As you bring it down, clunk, you're able to weaken it enough with your strength to just rip that lock right off. With all three of you trying, you manage to eventually break through, and Morgoth says, "Thank you, quickly.
Let's go.
We gotta go.
How are
And
we
you
grabbing the
guys
heads?
just hear-
What are we putting the heads in?
You just hear the yell of the shadow demon as it begins to rush towards
Oh,
the
shit.
Bullywog court.
I quickly toss
I've got a bag
Morgoth,
holding.
put him
What?
in it. I was going to say I quickly chuck a costume at Morgoth. At least wrap the face. And
Okay,
stick
fine.
this-
Disguise.
Let's run to the how are we getting there? We've got to go through the court. Have you guys got an escape plan?
Have a
Try
boat
to make
somewhere.
it up as we go along. We're going to the repair shop to get.
Did you summon a shadow demon without any plan?
It's fine.
It's complicated. Let's just go.
Oh,
We
Go
have a plan. It's fine.
cows!
Hey,
Go
hey, hey,
cows!
hey, guys, we didn't stop at the merchant, and
Oh shit! Do you think there's still
Let's
time?
go do that first.
You hear the echoes of the shadow demon begin to roar as it rushes even further towards the
Oh,
the
fucking-
Bullywugs.
I'm
It's
just,
good. It's good. It's good. It's good. It's good.
Hector's like, let's run. Hector is just
Okay.
charging back along the
Claw's
court.
just he's running and then dashing and he's just. Phew!
As you guys are rushing past, the shadow demon is approaching you, and you see it lock eyes with you all running across. And the slowest of you, who would be the slowest?
Oh, I think my speed is 25 feet.
I'm 25 feet as well.
Hector, seeing you begin to lag behind the others like a predator looking out for its prey, it locks onto you. And as we end tonight's session,
No.
you look back and watch this thing's eyes flare as it begins to rush towards you. And we'll pick up there next session.
Oh my
Can't
god, what
move
have you
control it.
done, Morbid?
Just stop.
Yeah, I can command it to do a thing. But
demon
I have
voice
to do
in
what it does.
Jez's head goes, "No fucking way!
I want the
It's
small one.
It's on, bitch!"
Oh.
Wow.
Hectic
That was fun.
chaos. We have a plan. The plan went south.
I
Before
like
executing
the
the plan.
inflatable cat. You summon a shadow demon without any plans.
Sometimes the NPCs are a conduit for me. All right, I have to be able to get my wonder and just complete bafflement out towards them every once in a while.
I think this is a great plan, and thank you, Warbit, for just because Clapperclaw, do it now. It's like, okay.
And demon, go!
Activate.
Too funny.
I hope everybody had a good time tonight. Thank you for sticking with us throughout all of the technical difficulties. It's been fun to run, and I'm glad we got it working. Thanks again for participating in the giveaway, and congratulations to Inflatable Cat.
Woo!
Super excited to be able to give back a little bit and to be able to provide that to you all. And then lastly, again, I'll throw you to Jez. Just let them know about what's happening in 2 weeks.
What's happening in 2 weeks? We have Jasper's Games Week that myself and Dan are participating in. I think I'm on the 18th, Wednesday the 18th
7
at
o'clock.
7 p.m. Sydney time. And Dan, you are on?
On Friday the 20th at 3:30 p.m.
Sweet. Playing with some other fantastic streaming players and some fantastic DMs as well. And you can join us at the table. Dan, if you want to throw that link back in the chat, if you can find it,
I
we're running.
will.
There is an auction running to raise money for Jasper's Games Week. Get in there, put your bid in, and join either myself, Dan, or any other player or DM of your choice at a table. There's about 20 or so games running, something ridiculous like that,
Wow.
just in the ANZ region. So
Yeah.
looking forward to that coming up
and
in a couple of
for-
weeks.
For those that you who don't know, Jasper's Game Week, it is a charitable organisation that raises awareness for mental health and suicide prevention. So we're raising money, and all of that is going towards supporting that, which is absolutely fantastic. As you guys know, we do at least every year for the last 2 years. We've been doing Mental Health Month. So this is the next extension of that, is raising money for other causes as well.
Amazing.
Get on board, check it out. Oh,
Thanks so
getting
much.
attacked by a dog.
I can just hear the dog just. Oh, look
so
at him!
cute! Oh my
That's so
god!
horrible!
Oh, the Shadow Demon! Run, Jeremy!
Yeah, so you need to train it to go fetch sorbent toilet rolls. Give me the money.
Oh.
Got to train it to stop eating cables at the moment. That'd be great.
Yeah, that'll be a wild journey.
Yeah, they don't mention that in the user manual.
Yeah.
Oh, good.
Thanks
Get there.
again, all.
The first company that can breed them and get them to stay that small is just
Oh.
make a matza.
No,
Yeah.
I am so ready for this thing to be already a year or two old. Like, the puppy stage is the worst. Absolutely. They're
It's
like
the
babies.
It's the
man.
best time for everybody else, but the worst time for you.
They're fine if you can give them back to some owner.
Yeah, wait till it starts chewing through your streaming rig.
Oh.
I have cable runners and screws coming to put everything attached above under the table.
Oh.
Just-
They're not here yet. Yeah, exactly.
Oh,
Yeah. Well, you can get the cables. You deserve them. You're
yeah, you good boy.
All right. With that, we'll bid everybody a wonderful evening, and we'll see you all next week, Monday, as we continue this chaotic adventure in the Feywild.
Bye.
Thanks, everyone. Bye.
Thank you,
It'll be
everyone.
fine.
Goodbye.